If after 60 you've noticed that getting up from a chair feels heavier, that your lower back stiffens in the morning, or that your balance feels different, that's not just age. It's a loss of functional strength, and it can cost you your independence in the coming years. The good news is that 3 simple movements, widely used by physiotherapists in Japan, can stop this decline and rebuild the foundation that keeps you safe, stable, and able to move without fear. Before we continue, write your name and your country in the comments. I want to know who is practicing with me. Now let's go to the first exercise, the one that most directly predicts independence after 60. The chair-assisted squat looks too simple to matter, but that's exactly why it's indispensable. Sitting down and standing up is the movement that, with clinical precision, measures how much autonomy your body still has. It activates the quadriceps, glutes, and all the muscles responsible for walking, climbing stairs, and preventing a forward fall when you trip. In mobility assessments for older adults, the ability to perform this movement repeatedly without using the hands is one of the strongest indicators of long-term independence. To perform it, choose a sturdy chair. Sit with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Cross your arms or rest your hands lightly on your thighs. Lean the torso slightly forward to engage the natural momentum and stand up, squeezing your glutes at the top. Lower slowly, fully controlling the descent back to the seat. The goal is to teach the body to generate power again without relying on the arms. As soon as this starts happening, everyday tasks like getting off the couch, stepping out of the car, or climbing a step stop feeling like effort. But strong legs aren't enough if the center of the body, the structure that distributes force, is weak. That's where the second movement becomes essential. Lying on the floor and lifting your hips may look too simple to make any real difference after 60, but the glute bridge is probably the single most effective movement for restoring support to the spine and stability to the hips. After 60, the muscles that decline fastest are the ones meant to hold the torso steady, the gluteus maximus, the lateral glutes, and the deep abdominal muscles. When these weaken, everything starts compensating. The lower back curves more, steps become shorter, posture leans forward, and walking begins to feel tiring much sooner. The glute bridge reorganizes this foundation. By lifting the hips, you activate deep stabilizing muscles that function like a natural protective belt. This reduces pressure on the lower back, improves how force transfers into the legs, and makes daily tasks, like getting out of bed, walking a few blocks, or carrying groceries, stop causing pain or instability. The biomechanics behind it are simple. When the hips drive the body upward in a coordinated way, the spine stops suffering from repeated microstrains that accumulate into constant discomfort over time. To perform it safely, lie on your back with knees bent and feet firmly planted. Inhale. As you exhale, tighten the abdomen as if you were closing a belt around your waist and lift your hips until your knees and shoulders form a smooth line. Hold for 2 or 3 seconds, squeezing the glutes. Lower slowly vertebra by vertebra. The slow pace is what really builds strength. In a few weeks, you should feel less stiffness in the morning and more stability when walking on uneven ground. But there's still one crucial element missing, the one that truly protects against falls: lateral control. Most falls after 60 don't happen forward. They happen sideways. All it takes is a small uneven surface, a quick turn, or a slippery floor. The body tries to adjust, but if the muscles responsible for resisting side-to-side movement are weak, the fall becomes almost inevitable. And here's something most people don't know: these muscles are not trained through walking, biking, elliptical training, or even most gym exercises. They require a specific stimulus, and that's exactly what the side plank provides. The side plank activates the obliques, the diagonal muscles that wrap around the abdomen like a belt, and the small hip stabilizers that keep your center of gravity steady when the body is challenged from the side. These muscles work very little in daily life, but they are the ones that prevent the torso from collapsing, when you slip, stumble, or twist suddenly. When they are strong, the body reacts fast enough to correct imbalance before it becomes a fall. Think of common situations: stepping off a bus, walking around a table, turning quickly when someone calls your name. The body twists, shifts weight, changes direction. Without lateral stability, these small motions accumulate micro-instabilities, and it only takes one slightly larger one to cause a serious fall, especially when hip bone density has already declined with age. The side plank trains the exact reaction that prevents this. To perform it, lie on your side with your elbow directly under your shoulder. Keep knees bent if you're beginning, or extend your legs if you're stronger. Lift the hips until your head, torso, and knees, or feet, form a straight line. Breathe normally. Hold as long as you comfortably can. Even 6 to 8 seconds wakes up the right muscles. Lower slowly, switch sides, and repeat. The secret of this movement is that it teaches the body to organize itself as one unit. It's not just strength, it's coordination between deep abdominals, lateral glutes, lower back, and even neck muscles. When this network works together, the body reacts automatically to imbalance. It's like installing an internal protection system that activates before you even notice the danger. With a few weeks of practice, you'll feel the difference in your walks, in your turns, in your long steps, and especially in moments when you previously felt insecure. When these three movements come together, they create a complete system for maintaining independence. The chair squat restores power to your legs and to the movement that most defines autonomy. The glute bridge fortifies the base and protects the spine, allowing the torso to remain steady while the legs work. And the side plank closes the equation by shielding the body against lateral instability, the exact type of imbalance that causes the most dangerous falls in older adults. You don't need equipment, a gym, or long workouts. You only need consistency. 15 minutes a day is enough to rebuild movement patterns that support decades of independent living. Now tell me in the comments, which of these 3 exercises will you begin with today? And where are you watching from? Share this video with someone you don't want to see losing their independence, because aging well is not luck. It's daily practice. And it starts now. If you want a simple plan, try this for the next 2 weeks. Do the chair-assisted squat for 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps, the glute bridge for 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and the side plank for 2 to 3 holds per side. Train 3 to 4 days per week. Move slowly, stop if you feel sharp pain, and keep something sturdy nearby for support.